Hi there! Here's a teaser of your tailored lesson plan as a Russian native speaker. As a preview, we've selected our top 7 pronunciation challenges to focus on. Your course is extensive and will include more than these, but these will give you a rough idea of what you'll be learning and why. Let's listen to them right now. Here's an interview with Russian actor Kosta Ronin. As you listen, pay special attention to these 3 words: absolutely, like, and hanging.
At that time?
Absolutely. Last season when creating the world for Oleg, absolutely. It was very important for me to find out what it was like living in those circumstances. You know, it's not just about KGB, but it's that continuously hanging fear.
All right, let's unpack that. Challenge sound number 1 is the placement of the "l" sound. You can hear in Kosta Ronin's pronunciation of absolutely that in the 3rd syllable, "lu," his tongue is almost touching the roof of his mouth, making a "l." The majority of American speakers use something similar to that, but with the middle of the tongue low, away from the roof of the mouth. That sounds like this: "l." Absolutely versus absolutely. Not to worry, there's a lesson that breaks down the distinction between those 2 L sounds and gives you plenty of chances to explore the pronunciation. Challenge sound number 2 is the pronunciation of diphthongs. For the second word, like, Kosta uses a diphthong, which means a slide between 2 vowel sounds. His sound slides from a to e, so I, and you can hear it in his multiple uses of the word, like. Most American English speakers use the slide from a to I, so I. The difference is subtle, but as you'll learn, it can make a huge impact on the clarity of your English. Challenge sound number 3 is the pronunciation of H spellings. In the word hanging, when he makes the first consonant, you can hear some contact between the back of his tongue and the roof of his mouth. It's the same sound he makes in happen. The majority of American English speakers use the sound in this case. This can be challenging as it sounds similar to a sound in Russian but is made differently. In our lessons, you'll learn to differentiate between the sound and the sound, or even sound, and apply the desired sound in practical conversation. Now let's listen to a clip of Russian supermodel and United Nations Goodwill Ambassador Natalia Vodinova. I'd like you to pay attention to these 3 words: fill, and then 2 words that go by very quickly, was and the.
I remember cutting the ribbon and let the children kind of feel in the space. The sound of laughter, the sound of happiness, it was overwhelming. I jumped, I cried. It was just the most beautiful moment that I lived so far in my life.
Let's unpack that. Challenge sound number 4 is, well, less of a sound and more of a practice of increasing phonemic awareness. What does that mean? Well, let's look at the phonemic difference between E and I. English spelling has no rules for when to apply these 2 sounds, and as a result, it is easy to confuse the 2, but they are not interchangeable. They are very distinct and change the meaning of the word, and you can hear it in Natalia's pronunciation of fill as feel. Fill and feel are 2 different words with separate meanings. Don't hear a difference? That's okay too. This phenomenon is called phonemic awareness. If your brain has never needed to differentiate between these sounds, then as a result, it doesn't prioritize their distinction. Our lessons will train you to feel the difference between sounds so that your ear gains the ability to hear the difference. Challenge sound number 5 is the sound W and the distinction between V and W spellings. English has a distinct sound for W spellings, where the corners of the lips move toward one another. This can be challenging as it sounds similar to the sound in Russian where the lip moves towards the top teeth. You can hear Natalia use this sound in the word was. In our lessons, you'll learn to differentiate the w sound from the w, and even the v sound, and apply the desired one in correct pronunciation. Challenge sound number 6 is T and D spellings when they come between two vowels. You can hear Natalia say beautiful in the previous clip, and when Costa says creating, that they both release a t sound. In most American accents, that medial T or D spelling will become a D sound. So beautiful becomes beautiful, and creating becomes creating. Finally, challenge sound number 7 is navigating the TH spelling. In the word the, you can hear Natalia use a D sound. It's the same one that she uses in that and they. A majority of English speakers will realize this spelling with a v, or sometimes f, depending on the word. This sound will be a big point to focus on and will make your pronunciation that much clearer to an English-speaking audience. Now, this may seem like a lot of information, but I'm here to assure you that progress is possible. It demands consistent practice and patience. For example, here's an interview of Natalia Vodinova a few years after the first clip we just watched. You can hear her success as she executes that last challenge sound, the TH spelling, in grandmother, mother, and even everything.
My grandmother was absolutely extraordinary woman. Today, being a woman and a mother myself, I don't understand how she did everything that she did, because...
All this to say, these changes are possible. With practice and the right instruction, you too can achieve your goal of clear, confident pronunciation. So let's get started.